the new Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we are going to take a look at the Gavroche. Est né en Flanders, dans la vallée de Trois Monts. Gavroche, born in Flanders, in the valley of Three Mountains. It's a product of France. It is a Biere de Garde.
Biere de Garde.
Biere de Garde. 8.5 whopping percent.
Biere 4.
Yeah, what?
In Biere 4.
Biere 4. Biere Forte, or strong beer. From the Brasserie de Saint-Sylvestre in Flanders.
Saint-Sylvestre.
So 330 milliliter bottle. It's got the Gavroche cap on here. Brasserie de... Now this is actually an older bottle, but because this is a Biere de Garde, it's actually a type of beer that you can cellar. So how long have you had this for?
Oh, probably about 4 months.
4 months now? Well, that's not too bad. But this is the kind of thing you'd probably be able to cellar if you wanted to.
Yeah. I put it in the fridge and it's time to get it out of there.
Yeah, it does have an expiry date written on the back. It's either January 10th, 2012 or it's October 1st, 2012. Either way, it's got a long shelf life, but it's not as long as you'd expect if it was a cellarable beer.
Well, I mean, the expiry date is partially to cover their own butts.
Probably. If you don't have it sold by then, throw it out.
It's kind of more of a sell-by date than a drink-by date.
I mean, most of the time when you see a best-before date on the bottle, it's the point in time where the bottle should have been sold by then. It's not a point in time where, you know, it's not safe to drink anymore.
Anyway, this is
I wouldn't screw around with milk, but with beer, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
So
it may not be the peak flavors or anything.
What's the worst that could happen? We get another skunky one?
Like Beck's?
Like Beck's.
Alright, so let's pop the top off of this one. Carefully, because I want to preserve that cap. That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool with the guy with the cap and scarf. Whoops, and I've dropped it today. You can't see it.
It's starting to foam up a little.
Cap and scarf.
You want to do the first pour? Because it's yours?
Yeah, so I don't get floaties this time.
We just finished doing the Mad Tom. It might be uploaded before this one, I don't know. Wow, that's
a lot of head on that
brown.
Here, then you pour some off of that. I got more head than beer, really.
Yeah.
Save me a little. I want to top it up a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's the whole last 5 seconds of that pour is nothing but foam. Alright, that's a 4-finger head.
It's not so bad. I poured it more gently, and it's a little bit over a 2. But it looks like iced tea.
Yeah, it's got a nice orange-brown color to it. Lots of head, big foam on the head.
And
it's kind of concaving a little bit. Strong aroma.
Yeah, it does have a nice strong aroma, but I like it. Foamy, big bubbled head, like medium to big bubbles. Kind of like an amber, almost amber, but it's a really brown looking murky beer.
Yeah, that's not too filtered.
So that's going to stick to the sides. Look at that. It's just like, it's not sliding down the sides very fast. It's like a nice oily kind of look to it. I actually like that. That's really nice.
Yeah, this is part of my attempt to try every style of beer available. So this is a Biere de Garde. I've never had a Biere de Garde before.
Me either.
My experience with French beers has been real hit or miss. Some of them are quite good, and some of them are the worst beers I've ever had in my life.
What? Kronenberg?
No, not Kronenberg. The worst beer I've ever had in my life was a French beer that was infused with Grand Marnier. Apparently,
that sounds horrible. The
French have this tendency to add strange things to their beer. Actually, I was looking on the SAC website today, and they actually have one that's, what was it? Cognac infused. Which might not be terrible.
Might not be terrible, considering
the tequila infused
bourbon beers work.
The French
tequila beer.
The French made a Mexican-style lager that had tequila in it, which wasn't actually as bad as it sounds. The Grand Marnier
was bad.
I was really drunk at the time, and it was still almost not finishable. I've never sink jobbed a beer, but I was sorely tempted.
Well, let's get to the smell on this one. Wow, that's really sweet. It's sweet. Like candied apple sweet.
It's sweet. It's fruity. A little
alcohol.
A little bit of booze.
It's boozy. But a Biere de Garde is supposed to be boozy.
That's what they tell me.
I mean, it's not supposed to be incredibly boozy, but it's allowable. And an 8.5, you can't really.
The alcohol is
gonna see something.
Head is
definitely evident.
Head is lasting pretty well on this.
It's almost got like a little bit of like a fruity berry kind of aroma, like berries, red berries, like.
Yeah. Like it's more fruit and booze than it is
Yeah,
anything else.
but I'm not really complaining about that. It actually smells really nice, and it's like red fruits and berries and apples and definitely some booze.
Well,
Anyway,
fingers crossed. This
to
one,
see if this French beer is actually something good.
the French can do good work, but
All
they
right.
can do some awful.
Cheers. Whoa.
I don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it. But that
That is
not only
strong.
sweet, but it also, that sweetness fades out into this little almost like a oh, what do you call that? Like the sensation you get when you bite into like a Granny Smith apple, when it's got this little almost spiny bitterness. It fades and just sort of poof, and then the sweetness is gone. Was it horse blanket?
Okay.
It's like this musty kind of taste.
This is really different.
Yeah, it is. And it's like this alcoholic chocolate kind of sweetness, like of alcohol to it. It's like little cordial liqueur chocolate kind of taste.
Yeah, it does taste like liquor, but it
I
doesn't.
mean, there's no chocolate, but it's got this the liqueur that you find it kind of taste.
Yeah. Yeah, it does actually kind of really smell like that. Yeah, like almost like a whiskey-filled chocolate.
Yeah. That hard liquor kind of alcoholness. That's really nice.
It's not. Yeah, it's not bad. I can see why this is its own style. This is really unlike anything I've ever had.
It's different though. That's boy, that's dry, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's really. I think it almost leaves you parched afterwards. Like you'd have to chase this down with another beer just because your mouth is dried out.
Bex was nice and refreshing.
It's like doesn't never speak about the Bex again. Unless we review the normal variant. You want to sit down with this one?
Yeah, this
All
is
right.
gonna take some digesting.
Yeah,
to get
we're
through this.
gonna take a bit to get through this one, so we may as well take a break and be right back. And we're back with Gavroche. So, what did we think of this particular one?
Well,
Weird.
it's definitely the best French beer I've ever had.
Yeah, it's definitely the best. It's weird in a good way. It's definitely the best French beer I've ever had too. Although I do like Kronenbourg 1664's Blanc.
But this is France being France.
Yeah, this is actually
this isn't France being
this is
off
authentic.
Belgium.
Yeah, this is authentic French. This is actually quite nice. It's got like nice sweet malt tastes. It's got a boozy finish to it, but it's supposed to have one. And it's got this nice, like musty kind of like dryness to it. It's actually quite pleasing.
It tastes like it's been in my cellar, but it actually hasn't been.
And it definitely tastes like something you could cellar. Because I mean, it's a beer on lees. Like this is actually bottled with yeast in it. And it's got to be that yeast that's giving you that mustiness to the taste.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That yeasty bite.
Yeah, the yeastiness is actually quite pleasant.
And the court. Sorry.
It's almost like kind of like fruity bread.
Yeah, exactly. But it's definitely not bad. It's definitely I actually quite like it.
Yeah. The French have finally arrived in the world of beer.
Well, they probably were always around. It's just that when we rate the French as being like mixed beers, like Grand Marnier infused beer or Kronenbourg lager or something like that, it really gives them a bad reputation. It's like Labatt Blue is Canada's Pilsner. Anyway, this is actually really nice, and I give kudos to the French for giving us this one because this is really good.
It's time for the French to be the French and stop being some wannabe Belgians.
Vive la France!
Vive la France!
You can really live up into this one. This is the 4 to 5. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 4 to 5. What do you
I
think?
agree.
4 to 5. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer reviews. Gavroche say 4 to 5 from both of us. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.